but you can see we have our membership division e-newsletter. We have our latest one up there. It's February 2015. This contains news and information about our division, our advisory board. You can see there's a message from our chair, Chad Hammond of COSI. And we'll be doing a new newsletter in late April or early May. So take a look for that. So then if you go back to the MDD page, you'll see that we have all of the sales training presentation handouts that were made available to us are linked there. So you'll need your username and password to access most of them, but you see Sherry's and Scott's and ACCE's and Bill's are all up there. So take a look and review what we did in San Diego. If you're a member of the MDD, you'll get the e-news, and you'll also get e-blasts when we schedule webinars or other educational opportunities for membership professionals. We're also going to be planning a series of quarterly peer-to-peer roundtable discussions as well, and you'll get notices of those as well. If I am meeting with the advisory board on these topics within the next week or so, so if you have ideas, please never hesitate to contact me about them at smcguire@acce.org. So to join the MDD, scroll down on that MDD page. You can either just email divisions@acce.org, or you can update your profile. Click on the words update your profile, and that will bring, you'll need to enter your username and password. And then you'll see the page that Sarah has up, update your profile. Scroll down a bit till you get to professional interest areas. You can click on edit. You may be signed up for some already, including MDD, but there they all are. You can click or unclick anything you want to be a member of. And then when you're done with that, scroll down to the bottom and just click Save. Okay, and so once you're in MDD, you get all information and notices about our activities. So now we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at Circle of Champions. So you can get to the Circle of Champion page right from the MDD page, right there. So Sarah, if you click on that. The Circle of Champions is part of the MDD and is a recognition program for chamber sales professionals. It sponsors 2 recognition programs, our annual sales contest and our Lifetime Achievement Award programs. So the sales contest takes place over the course of a year for 4 quarters. It starts June 1st and ends May 31st of the next calendar year. So there's the quarters there. So we're just ending up this year. Our deadline for to participate, you report your new sales numbers and the number of new sales and the dollar amount of new sales for each quarter using an online form that you can access right from that page. There are 4 categories of chambers, and they're divided according to chamber income. The top winner for the number of sales and dollars sold for each of those categories are all honored at the convention. And what I started to say is that the final quarter numbers are due June 7th, so we're kind of ending up this year. But whether or not you've already participated, you're welcome to submit your numbers for this 4th quarter, or you can wait to enter the contest when we start it up all over again for 2015 to 2016. And in that case, you would be submitting your numbers for your 1st quarter, June, July, and August in early September. So that's the sales contest. And then the other recognition program we have is Lifetime Achievement Award. So we'll go back there. There it is right there. This is an award recognizing your cumulative sales over the course of your career with various awards levels. So you just click on the link there that Sarah clicked on, and you'll see the application, which explains the levels and the information you need to submit. Fill that out and send it to me by June 3rd. And Lifetime Achievement Award winners will also be honored at the convention. So if we go back to the Circle of Champions page, at the very bottom you'll see there's a roster. If you want to download a roster to keep in touch with your colleagues in the Circle, you are welcome to do so. I do try to update it fairly regularly, and I had a whole bunch of new Circle of Champions members after the sales training, so you should all be in there. And so that's the roster. And then to enroll in Circle of Champions, scroll up a bit on that page where it says Enroll Your Sales Team Today. Click on that. And there's an online form. If you fill that out and click Submit, that will make its way to me, and I will get you signed up. I'll add you to the roster, and I'll send you a welcome email. And as always, if you have questions about Circle of Champions or MDD, you always can just send me an email. I'd be happy to make sure you have your questions answered. So now what I'd like to do is take a look at the ACC University page. So to get there, you click on Professional Development and then click on ACC University Online. And that's our home base for ACC University. If you scroll down, you'll see a whole long list of webinars and e-courses on membership topics. And most of these listed are webinars, which are absolutely free with your membership. And so you can go through that. You just click and listen 24/7. If you scroll up a bit, you can see that we have also some recorded sessions from previous sales trainings. Those are available for purchase. If your chamber is a Horizon investor or has an ACC All Access Pass, those e-courses and any e-course we offered is included as part of those benefits. Then if you go, let's scroll down a little bit more to see what else is on this ACC University page. We have membership tracks and other tracks from the Cincinnati Convention. And if you go down, I think we have them from the Oklahoma City Convention. Yep, a membership track there. And we have also a whole category on non-dues revenue, which you may be interested in. Yep, there it is, including some of our more recent recordings. Our 6 Steps to Six-Figure Affinity Programs was a very popular webinar. We had 175 participants, and it's there recorded for you to review. And then just one more thing on this page. I wanted to just give a shout out to a very useful webinar we did in late January, just in case you didn't participate in it or didn't know about it. It's called our ACCE Tour, and the recording of that webinar is saved right at the top of the ACC University page. During the webinar, we took a tour of all the resources that are available through our ACC website, including education, information, and networking. So take a look at that if you'd like. We also created an ACCE Fast Facts Guide to help you, and that can be downloaded from our page as well. Or you can print it out and tack it to a bulletin board if you're old school like me. But in any event, it has sort of the quick facts about accessing information from our ACC website. I also wanted to let everyone know that we'll be doing another live e-tour webinar on May 13th at 2 p.m. and you will be sent a notice about that. So take a look at that if you didn't participate last time. And then to register for a webinar for the ACCE Tour or any other webinar, go to the home page just as Sarah did and click on the webinar of interest, whatever it may be. If you go down, Sarah, and click on More Events, and then let's just pick, where's the e-tour? There it is. Click on that, and then click on that little registration link. Fill that out, click and send, and you'll be registered. You will need your ACC member ID, but we include that in the e-blast that we send about the webinars. And finally, I just wanted to extend a special invitation to all of you to attend our convention this year if you can. To get to information about the convention, hit Professional Development and then just click right on Annual Convention. And you can take a look at our convention website. You can register there. You can get information on workshops. We are putting the finishing touches on our schedule, and we're also planning a meeting for the MDD division members. So we'll have more information on that. So please just keep checking this website. We update it. We'll update it frequently, and you can see what we'll offer at the convention. So if just finally, I just wanted to let you all know that if you're already signed up to join MDD or intend to sign up and you want to get more involved, we would love that. A couple ways to get more involved, or it would be to submit samples to HERO, our information library, and Sarah will talk about that, or sign up to be a mentor to another membership professional, and she'll touch on that as well. You can also post on our membership LinkedIn page, and there's a link to that on our MDD page. You can suggest a topic for a webinar or an online educational opportunity, or you can volunteer to present a webinar. And for any of those things, just send me an email. I would love to chat. And if you have ideas, think there's places we can fill holes in terms of what we've offered, please don't hesitate to be in touch. So with all that, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah, who will talk about the information resources we have at ACCE. So take it away, Sarah.
Great, thank you, Susan. So it's exciting to see there are lots of different ways you can get involved, and so you saw basically an overview of getting involved with Membership Development Division, Circle of Champions, our convention, and we also have numerous resources, and that's what I'll be talking to you about today. I'm co-director of Information and Research at ACCE, and I, with my co-director, Holly South, we manage the HERO, or Information Portal. And HERO stands for Help, Expertise, Resources Online. Some of you may have already used our Ask ACCE service or the HERO Research Request Support Service, and we're always happy to help you with that. So I'm going to talk about that today, and then we'll be showing you a couple of other resources about connecting with ACCE. So first thing I will show you is actually going back to our home page, and you can click on the About section. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of finding out a little bit more about ACCE and our resources. We have a history page. Last year was our 100th anniversary. We have our vision and mission, our current board of directors, ACCE staff, which includes our emails, our phone numbers, and our titles. You can always contact us that way, as well as our strategic plan, Horizon investors, and that's one area that Susan mentioned is free to Horizon investors have access to certain resources for free, like our e-courses. But we also have an all-access pass, and that's under Why Join ACCE. So those are just some different membership options. We also list out our affiliates, and our sponsors are always listed at the bottom of our every page, as well as our contact information. So a couple of ways always exist to contact us. Basically, I mentioned that you can find us on staff, but you can also use the Ask ACCE feature, and Ask ACCE lives under this menu. I'm going to go over the different menu options here in just a little minute. So you can click on Ask ACCE from the menu, or you can click on it from Information and Ask ACCE. It is the same page, and what that is our virtual reference desk service. So this is a way that you can contact us if you have, just as Susan mentioned a few minutes ago, about submitting a sample or sharing a best practice or requesting a research assistance. You can use the same virtual reference desk for all of those purposes. We do reply within 24 to 48 hours. It is free to ACCE members. You can either call us, and this is the HERO helpline, or you can email us. We also offer custom research services, and we do also provide individual HERO demos for your whole staff. So we can find sets and help you register for a specialized HERO demonstration for you and your whole staff. We also include frequently asked questions on this page, and then we do also include a contact form, so that makes sure your question goes to the most appropriate person at ACCE. So before I go into the information portal, I'm just going to show you briefly about the menu option here. A couple things on our website as well. So we have a search option, which is an excellent search tool. So you can use the basic search here, or you can use an advanced search tool from the menu. I also want to mention about your login. For many of the resources that are available, they do require your ACCE login. And so if you don't have it or you don't know it, I'll just log out real quick. You can always try the recall. If you have forgotten your password, just click here. Or you can just email either Susan or myself or Dana, and we're always happy to help you with accessing your, getting access to your login. So let's see, we'll go back here to the menu. Once I'm logged in, I can access numerous resources. Again, the samples library, which I'll be talking about from within the information portal, but it's also available in the menu. Additional information about joining ACCE, as well as my profile and my account. So there are a couple things that we mentioned earlier. Just type that back in here. Whoops. If I didn't type it in right, it will complain. Okay, so under profile, there are a couple of different things you can access. We mentioned a bit ago that for registration on webinars, it does ask for your ACCE ID. So it is included in the email invitations that we send out, but you can also access it from the profile. Again, that's from within menu, and you can access my profile from the menu option. So you can also update, get connected to mentors from here. You can update your contact information if anything has changed. And then just a reminder, this is again where we were at a little bit ago about updating your professional interest areas. So numerous resources under my menu and my account or my profile. I'm going to go back to the home page here. And so since we were fresh on the discussion about mentors, I'll tell you a little bit more about signing up for Mentor. And there's a direct tie-in to the information portal because I'll click on Networks and then Mentor Program. So if any one of you is interested in signing up to be a mentor or to connect with a mentor, you can use this page as a resource. We also have a toolkit, which I'll show you, that will explain. Now, a toolkit helps you, is part of our information portal, and so you can access toolkits. I'll click over to the information here and show you about the Mentor Toolkit from here. So I've clicked on information, and these are all the menu items within the information or the Hero portal. So I'll click on Toolkits and just show you about the Mentor Toolkit. We do update toolkits, have a couple new ones in the works, but these are great. They're basically like workbooks or a manual user guide to help work through specific topics. So Mentor Toolkit, you can download this and it's a PDF. We also have an excellent toolkit on disaster preparedness and recovery, and we are in the process of updating that, as well as a Government Relations 101 toolkit. This is based on ACCE's president's ebook. ACCE's president is Nick Fleming, and the ebook is Making Your Chamber Make a Difference. This is something that every membership staff person should read and review and share with your entire staff and your board. Some excellent ideas in here for making connections within your community. A couple other toolkits you can review. Those are, again, all available from the information portal by clicking on Toolkits or reviewing on our homepage of Hero Toolkits right here. So a couple of different resources as far as toolkits. Again, I mentioned you will need your ACCE login to access things like toolkits, samples, and anything in research you will need, as well as Chamber Executive Magazine. You will need your ACCE login for that. So let's see. I showed you about our site search, again, from up here, as well as from the menu. But if I want to just show you, we always get questions about dues. If we want to take a look at what are all the resources ACCE has on dues, you can review different resource options that we have by the search menu. So you can look at our web pages on dues and Chamberpedia. This is what I'll be showing you specifically. We're going to click right now on the dues models link. So again, this is a Chamberpedia page that our search found on dues models. And from the dues models page, we also include several examples on both the fair share dues model and the tiered dues models. And so this is a perfect example of where if your chamber has either one of these in place, or if you have a hybrid, we always appreciate receiving examples of, and by examples, that's things like the tiered dues schedules. So I've clicked on the tiered dues page, and these are all basically samples that we have available. I mentioned about the samples library. So what we do with our Chamberpedia pages, they become a one-stop shop. That's where we combine everything available from ACCE, as well as research, white papers, and all kinds of external resources. So our Chamberpedia pages are the one-stop shop. We have an entire section devoted to membership management, and that's where this tiered dues page lives. So samples are included in the Chamberpedia pages, but you can also access samples from directly through the menu, as I mentioned up here, or by going to the Information tab and clicking on Samples. Now, the samples library is basically a very large database of over 2,000 example documents from chambers like you, and we rely on chambers to help us build this library with current and relevant information. So you can either search a sample through a type, and we do have several examples here. I'm going to show you dues examples here, so I can just click on dues and go. And these are all of the dues examples that we have. And what we've done is highlighted, back on that dues page, we've highlighted some of the more popular ones or some of the best practices on that Chamberpedia page. But just because they're on the Chamberpedia page doesn't mean there aren't more. So be sure to check Samples Library. We often include a link when we have our samples list. We include another link to go out to find that category in the samples library. So again, these are mostly current and relevant. The samples library search will list the most recent uploads that we've added to the samples library. It lists those first, and so older ones are towards the end. Now in the dues examples, we have over 37 examples included here. So you can just scroll through. Now the neat thing about samples library is that you can rate a sample. So once you click on that, I'm just mousing over, but once you click on that, you can give your rating about a particular sample. So if a sample is very helpful, we do appreciate your rating on that. And you can also give comments and feedback on our Chamberpedia pages. So it works the same way. So I've just gone back to that tiered dues page. And so if someone has already rated, we can rate this. You can also give us some comments. You can suggest an edit by clicking on the edit form and submitting an idea. So we give you lots of ways to interact with both our Chamberpedia pages and our samples library. So I've given you a little taste about the dues page, but I am going to show you more specifically on how to access the entire membership management section. So I can get there from, again, I clicked on Information, Chamberpedia. You can see all of the different topics that we have available in the Chamberpedia. Basically, again, it's a one-stop shop. So if I click on Membership here, you can also click on Chamberpedia directly and go to Membership from here. It's just the same list shown in a slightly different format. So now I'm in the membership management landing page. And again, some people comment that this is like drinking a sip of water out of a fire hydrant. So we're going to show you this kind of a whirlwind tour of all the different resources. If you want, if you have questions at the end, we will open it up for discussion, or you can type in your question as well. So again, this is the membership management section. Many different tools that we have. We link back to the membership development division. We also link to the membership statistics report from the operations survey, and I'm going to show you that real briefly before we wrap up, as well as accessing a recent Chamber Revenue Models white paper, very popular white paper that you can download, and then all of the specific membership topics that we've included here. And then you'll see the dues models pages here, along with the ones we were just looking at, the tiered dues page. So this really gives you a way to drill down But again, you don't have to necessarily remember this. You can always come into the ACCE site, type in your search, or use the advanced search, or ask us a question on Ask ACCE. Now, just real briefly, I'll just show you, go back to the Chamberpedia page on membership management. I want to show you about the membership statistics section that is available within the operations survey report, and there are two ways to access that. We just sent out an email to our members just yesterday on how to access the membership statistics. So you have a couple of ways to do that. You can download the free report. It's a mini publication from the full operations survey report. This is basically a PDF report of membership statistics trends, in many cases showing 5-year analysis and trends on things like retention, dues models, and other resources about membership details. But you can also access, and this is a highly encouraged participation, you can access our new survey platform called Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, and that is dependent on your ACCE login. You can complete the ongoing operations survey, which is available 24/7. It is free to ACCE members, and you can download the free membership statistics report with your chamber's data customized, showing how you compare to the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles. And I'll just show you a quick example of how to get to the Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking. Once you've logged in, this is what Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking looks like. You'll have to complete the chamber profile first, but then you can move on to the operations survey. And then once that's completed, you can just go to Reports and Charts and then download the full membership statistics report. And I have one already loaded so you can see exactly what I was talking about. My chamber is shown here. This is a demonstration chamber, by the way, compared to the 25th percentile, 50th, and 75th. The entire membership statistics report is about 15 pages. Again, it's filled with things like retention, dues trends, average member dues investment, revenue per chamber member, and other revenue, membership market penetration rate, and so forth. So quite a few examples. We do have a Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking webinar coming up. I'm just going to go back to the ACCE section here, ACCE information, and show you about signing up for the Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking webinars. You can do that from the Hero Demos page from the information portal, and then just click on one of the upcoming webinars. And so once you click on that, there's a registration option. And then lastly, before we move on to questions and anything else that Susan or Dana would like to mention, I'll just show you again about the Research tab, Research section in ACCE's information portal. This is another place you can access Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking. We also list that membership statistics report, just another way to access it, as well as quick polls, additional research such as the Shapiro report. That's a very popular membership tool that you can download, the real value of joining a local chamber of commerce. The latest edition is 2012, and before that it was in 2007. And then again, we include popular white papers. So that is basically a whirlwind tour of the different resources we have. But if you remember that you can always come into the ACCE site, do a search. You can contact us if you're not finding it, ask ACCE, go to the information portal, click on Chamberpedia, and access membership management. So I think we'll move on to questions, and we're going to open up the lines while we do that. So you can either, while we open up the lines, you can either read your question speak your question aloud, or type in a question. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You will receive a telephone code that you'll need to type in, and that's how you will be unmuted. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to send the pins, and then clicking on that. Hopefully now you'll get a little message that says enter your PIN, your audio PIN, and you'll need to type that in your phone. So there are a couple, I've sent the audio PIN to all of you. And let's just see, so you can either, again, speak out loud or type in your question if you prefer. And sometimes when we open up the lines, now we're a pretty small group, but if we open up the lines, sometimes they're static, kind of a lot of feedback. So if you're not talking, please go ahead and just put yourself on your phone's mute. But we've went ahead and opened it up. So just want to open that up to questions or anything else that Susan or Dina would like to add.
Well, thanks, Sarah. I don't have anything else, but again, we welcome your questions. And if you think of something after the webinar's over, feel free to either contact Sarah at hero@acce.org or me at smcguire, SMCGUIRE, @acce.org, and we'll be happy to answer your questions.
Hi, this is Dana. I also think that you guys covered everything really well. I might just encourage you all to be sure and connect with our LinkedIn groups. If you're not already connected, there are some outstanding conversations being shared there. And we do have several different groups, and you can find those on the different division pages. If you would like to ever contact me, I would be happy to help any way I can. I was actually a 25-year member of ACCE, spent a lot of those years in membership, and my email is dketterling, Ketterling, @acce.org, and I am always available to help any way I can.
Great. Thanks, Dana, for pointing that out about the LinkedIn. I'll show you all how to get there. So from the ACCE homepage, just click on Networks. And then we have a general LinkedIn group that is our general discussion group, very active, very popular, very helpful. So you do need to be a member of LinkedIn, sign up. You just click here and it will take you to LinkedIn. You can type in any question, you can follow a thread, extremely helpful. We also have a Facebook account, our YouTube channel, our general Twitter account, and we also include numerous blogs. And you can get to our blogs from the information portal here by clicking on blog. And then Dana also mentioned there's a specific membership LinkedIn group, and I'll show you how to get to that. Again, I clicked on Networks, go to Division, and then click on Membership Development Division, and there it is right here, LinkedIn discussion groups. So you can click on the Membership Sales Group or the Young Professionals Networking Group. And so just highly encourage you to get involved, ask any question that you have if you're looking for peer feedback or just some ideas, just want to put out some ideas. They're very popular and, again, super helpful. So a great way to get connected. Let's see, any questions coming in? No questions. So we do definitely invite you to send us your question as mentioned before. I'm going to just show you, again, Dana mentioned her email. I'm going to show you where those emails are. Again, go to About, Who We Are, click on Staff, and then Dana is right here. You can email her by clicking on her name. You can call Dana. And then Susan is here. Click on Susan. That's her email and her phone number. And then you can also click on me. I'm Sarah Myers, or Holly South. We're the co-directors of Information and Research. If for the quickest reply, you can always click on Ask ACCE and then email us, as Susan mentioned, at hero@acce.org, or call the HERO helpline at 703-998-3524. So I think no other questions. Would anyone like to discuss anything about convention, questions about the upcoming convention, or anything else about Membership Development Division or the sales training track?
If, as we get information about that, Sarah and all, we will put that up on the convention website. So I don't think we have information about the specific workshops up there right now, but if you look within the next week or so, week, 2 weeks, something like that, they'll start to be put up there. We're working on finalizing all of those details and speakers now, as well as our meeting, MDD meeting.
Oh, and we can mention real quick, too, about convention. If this will be your first year going, we do a really great kind of a first-timers session that is on, let's see, what day? I think Tuesday, right? Dana, we'll do that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so it'll most likely be Dana and Susan and myself. You'll get to meet us in person, or Holly South, one of us from the HERO team, or ACCE, and we give you basically all the resources you need to know about the first time attending convention. It is so much fun to go to convention. You meet so many wonderful people and peers, just like you did at the sales training, and it should be really exciting to be in Montreal this year. So I think no other questions have come in.
I think that looks like we probably we can wrap it up then. Just wanted to remind you all that this will be recorded, and I'm going to post it on the MDD page. So that sort of main Membership Development Division page is where it will be. So take a look there for this recording within the next 24 to 48 hours.
A quick invite. We've got a LifeLock webinar tomorrow. It's our newest official corporate sponsor, and it is a great non-dues revenue program. If you all would like to join us, it's at 1 o'clock Eastern and should take about 30 minutes. So wanted to mention that, and details are right at the bottom of our homepage.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you Sarah and Dana for all the good information. And again, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any follow-up questions. And have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.